Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, dear friends, dear viewers. My team won 4-2. Board 1 Aravind Pranav game ended in a draw. I drew my game with the white pieces against Vasyl Ivanchuk. Board 3 Karen Grigorian won with the black pieces against Henderson de la Fuente. Board 4 ended in a draw. Paolo drew against Oleg Kornev. On 5th board, our player Lin won with the black pieces against Javahishvili. Board 6, Anna Matnadze drew her game. So let me show you my game against the legendary Vasyl Ivanchuk. I should say that earlier this year I played Ivanchuk with the black pieces in French team championship. So this time I had white pieces, and round 5, second board. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. I wasn't sure what will Ivanchuk choose. Sometimes he goes for Petrov instead of knight c6, knight f6. Sometimes e4, e6 French, and e4, c5, and different Sicilians. So I was thinking about bishop b5 to play, but wasn't sure what to do after knight f6. Wanted to repeat the idea, the line Arjun Erigaisi played against Vidit yesterday, but checked with the engines. So black is doing fine, and also wasn't sure that Ivanchuk will play knight f6. He is playing a6, bishop a4, knight f6, and then taking on e4. So I played bishop c4, knight f6, d3. I noticed that he goes for bishop e7 line. He doesn't play bishop c5. Yes, short castle. I was thinking about knight c3, short castle, bishop e3, d6, a3, what Wesley so recently started playing. But eventually I decided to go for short castle, knight c3, d6, and a4. Here black is having many interesting moves. One of them is knight a5, bishop a2, c5. The other is, if bishop e6, knight d5 comes, yes, bishop g4, h3, you can take knight d4, queen d1, c6, bishop a2, knight d6. You can also go bishop h5, bishop e3, king h8, queen c8. Yes, a5 is also a decent move. Ivanchuk played h6, I pushed a5. Yes, always I'm threatening some a6. He played a6, I went rook e1. Now if bishop e6, I guess knight d5 is working. So if bishop g4, I can just go h3, bishop h5, knight d5, or bishop e3 even. So rook e8, I played h3, bishop f8. And here I played bishop e3, but I'm not sure. Maybe bishop d2 would have been stronger. Let's say if bishop e6 I take. I don't think black really wants to take with the f pawn. If rook takes c6, then knight d5 comes, and then c4. Maybe white is being tiny better. Yes, and if you go knight b4, then maybe knight e2 ideas can already be stronger. Because I played bishop e3, and Ivanchuk instantly played knight b4. So I should say that he didn't spend any time till knight b4, and here I realized that black is ready for bishop e6, and I don't have any knight d5 or bishop e6, rook e6, knight d5. And let's say if I go bishop b3, bishop e6 is the idea. I was thinking about knight e2. Yes, if bishop with the idea to go c3 maybe, but d5 is, I think, fine. Knight b takes d5, knight g3 maybe. So I played d4. I thought I'm playing quite logical chess. So black moved the knight from c6, and now I got control over d4 square, and it's the right time to push the pawn. Yes, e takes d has been played. Knight e4 was another move which was possible, I assume. Let's say if this, knight c3 takes knight c6 back, black is fine. I was thinking to take knight e4, d5, and here for example bishop b3 takes d comes, knight d5 d takes c comes, c3 knight c6, because if you take d takes c, knight d5 comes. So all this was very complicated. Maybe knight d4 even works. It takes d here. I didn't take knight d4 because of c5, and e4 is hanging, because if you take knight d4 always I can do takes and bishop f7, at least king f7, queen f3. But I guess c5 why I didn't play. I took bishop d4. Yes, bishop e6. I don't know, maybe here bishop f1, but I'm not sure why I'm better. So bishop takes. I played queen d2, and another great move by Ivanchuk, c5. Bishop e3, there is knight d4 I took, and somehow now black is threatening rook e8, and then queen d8. For example, if I go this, rook e8, rook e1, queen d8, and white is having problems with the a5 pawn. After the game, or let's say during the game, I thought maybe rook b1 would have been stronger. For example, if you go here, then knight d5 comes, takes, and white takes with the queen. And if you go queen d8, rook a1, but because knight d5, queen takes d5, of course it takes d, in the end you are losing pawn on b2. Here takes, I saw these lines, but of course here black is just slightly better. So that's why I played b3, rook e8, and now white is in some trouble again, because if you, hard to say what can white do. So I play knight d5, and here this position is very unpleasant, I guess, because takes, if queen takes, queen b2, knight d1, queen a1, and then bishop e7, bishop d8 comes. That's why I took with the queen. Of course, rook takes c4, queen takes b7, rook takes c1, takes, queen a1, king f1, queen takes a5. And here, initially I wanted to go g3 with the ideas knight g2, knight a3, but then realized that c4 might be very unpleasant. B takes a queen a1, and then this pawn comes to a5, a4, a3, and it is hard to stop. So that's why here I played queen c6, stopping all kind of c4. If queen b5, I am fine, I will take and go c4. So my opponent played g6, g3, he went queen a1, I played queen e4, he played a5, king e2, I didn't play king g2 because of d5, so h5, and here I think this was very difficult decision for me, going g4. During all the game, and here especially, I was very low on clock, having maybe a couple of minutes, and Ivanchuk had maybe 20 minutes and more. So g4, my idea was h5, g5. I think here maybe Ivanchuk went wrong, because queen h8 he played, knight g2, now I'm threatening knight e3, h takes. Because the idea is being, black wants to go bishop h6. Black doesn't have bishop g7 because always queen e8 check comes. That's why black wants to activate the bishop. That's why I played g4, and here if h4 I saw g5. Just not stopping bishop h6 and also threatening to take on h4. For example, you can go queen c3, takes d5, queen g3. Yes, queen h8, knight g2, threatening knight e3, h takes. Queen h1, queen d5, threatening knight e3. Bishop h6, knight e3, of course queen c1, there is g5, Ivanchuk played queen h3. And here another hard decision, queen d6, bishop e3, if you go queen a8, queen a5, there bishop e3, queen g4, g5, queen h5, that's why queen g2. If queen h4, knight d5, so Ivanchuk took, played king f8, f4, king e7, knight e3, bishop f4, knight d5, so I played g5, I played c4, and yes, now if you move the bishop, knight d5, king f3 comes, so f6, takes. Here I don't think f5, king e5, king g4, king d4. That's why I played this. Ivanchuk played. And here he took the pawn. King takes. And I think here he offered me a draw, which I took. So let's start checking with the engines. Let's see what has happened in today's game. Oops. What is this? Okay, I don't need that. Yes, h6. But we see that it's not the... I just want to see which engine I'm using, or... Okay. So rook e1, h3, rook e1, h3, a5, bishop d2, yes, a5, rook e1, bishop, so a5, and here Ivanchuk just played knight before d4, a6, yes, knight before, bishop g4, a6, rook e1, rook e8 by Ivanchuk, knight b4, rook b8, rook e8, and here I went wrong. I didn't know exactly that bishop d2 is the move, but after playing bishop e3 I felt bishop e3, h3, no, I played first h3. Yes, I apologize, first bishop d2, I played h3, bishop f8. Yes, knight d2 was a complicated move, bishop d2, so I played h3, bishop f8. And again we can see that bishop d2, bishop d2, bishop e6 takes f takes c, knight d2, or even, for example. So I played this, and now bishop e6, knight b4 has been played. Knight h2, knight a4, bishop b3, d4, bishop d2. So I played d4, he takes d, knight e4 doesn't work, why? So takes d5, knight e5, and what if he takes c? Queen h5, okay. So he takes d, knight d4, there is c5, of course. So I took bishop e6, so I took, and black is slowly equalizing. Yes, rook e3, knight d5, rook e2, yes, and c5, the strongest move, takes, yes, and position is round equal, knight h2, rook a4, b3, I played b3, and here rook a4, which I didn't see, and yes, bad move. He takes the very unpleasant position, this is as well, takes, queen a1 is the same. I didn't play g3, I played, yes, it's round -1. So I didn't play this because of some c4. Yes, c4 is working. That's why I played this. g6, g3, queen a1, queen e4. Yes, I saw queen e5, king g7, he played a5, I played king e2. Yes, queen c3, h5, and g4. Yes, and h5 was not that good. So I played this, knight g2, takes, queen d5, f4. Wow, f4 I didn't see. I played this, queen g2, takes, Yes, he always could go c4, but I was planning to go g5 and then knight e3. And we started repeating. Yes, interesting game. Of course, didn't play well, but at least some new position for me. I never had any game in this line with bishop c4, bishop e7. Italian with bishop e7. Yes, please leave your comments. What do you think? How can I improve? And my results. Thank you very much, dear friends, for watching this video, and please subscribe and leave your comments.